Winchester police are investigating a shooting at an apartment building.
We are tracking showers and gusty winds moving through the area on this Christmas Eve, and it looks like it'll continue through the evening. I'll have the latest coming up for you. And protests turning violent in suburban St. Louis overnight following another deadly shooting of an 18-year-old black man by a white police officer.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
And welcome to WKYT News at 4. I'm Sam Dick, and thanks for joining us on this Christmas Eve. We have a high-impact storm rolling across the bluegrass, bringing windy and colder weather for the entire region. And we have some breaking news connected to that. This is a picture from an eyewitness viewer from Bluegrass Airport, where apparently there is no power. This is a picture of a very dark ticket counter area this afternoon. We have a reporter headed to the airport. We'll bring you an update on the airport situation at 5 o'clock. Now, according to Kentucky Utilities, there are right now about 12,000 people without power in the area. And here's some video of Manchester Street in Lexington of police directing traffic after the wind and rain knocked out the power at some traffic lights. Let's check in with meteorologist Jim Caldwell. And Jim, some high winds out there apparently doing some damage. Yeah, we've had some wind gusts here in Fayette County alone coming in around 43 miles per hour. That was the highest wind gust that I saw reported. So some very tough stuff continuing out there. And as long as we're in the evening hours, I think it'll be like that. Even tonight, they'll probably subside some, but go down to only around 20, 25 now, which is still pretty gusty. Now we're looking outside with the fender, and we have plenty of action showing up. This leading edge, by the way, that could have been the cause of it, because we had some very gusty winds concentrated in that. That has now moved well off to the east of Lexington, passing through Moorhead, where the winds have increased, and stretching all the way back down into southern and eastern parts of Kentucky. Now we're getting in on the general rainfall, but the winds haven't started to die down just yet, because we still have that low pressure system moving by and really cranking up the wind speed. So we do have an active wind advisory through 9 o'clock tonight for everybody, highlighted here in blue. You'll continue to see those 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts during that time period, and eventually they will start to calm down, but still talking 20, 25 during the overnight hours. Not enough to deter Santa from making his trip around here. We'll track that, and we'll track Santa and a whole lot more coming up for you in just a little bit, Sam. Thank you, Jim. A man and a woman have been arrested accused of a deadly shooting in central Kentucky. Police are telling us that 4 people were shot about 8 o'clock last night at an apartment complex on Oxford Drive in Winchester. 19-year-old Amber Cottle was killed. Lillian Barnett and Lamont Wilkerson were arrested this morning. They're now charged with murder. WKYT Sam Smith is in Winchester with the latest on these arrests. It's our top story at 4.
Police got the call about the shooting around 8 o'clock last night. They say it's a targeted home invasion. Investigators say 3 men were driven to the apartment on Oxford Drive. They say those men forced their way into the apartment with the intent to commit a crime. A gunfight followed, and a bullet went through the floor and hit and killed 19-year-old Amber Cottle. 3 other people were also shot. 20-year-old Lamont Wilkerson was arrested and charged with burglary and murder. Police say 18-year-old Lillian Barnett drove Wilkerson and the 2 other men to and from the apartment complex. She's charged with complicity to murder. Police say Wilkerson admitted to his role in the crime. Police have released a photo of a person of interest they hope to question. They say he is not from Winchester, and they're working with other agencies to find him.
We've been trained, and we know how to handle these type of investigations. Surely we don't deal with them on a regular basis like some other cities.
Barnett and Wilkerson declined to talk to us from jail. In Winchester, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Police have not said how many shots were fired. At last check, police say the 3 people injured in the shooting are in critical condition. The University of Kentucky releasing a crime bulletin this afternoon involving a robbery on campus. UK police say a woman called them last Saturday after her phone was stolen. It happened on the sidewalk at the corner of Jersey Street and Pine Street across from UK's Jersey Street parking lot. The victim, who is not a UK student, said she was followed by 2 men and 2 women in their 20s. She said the group pushed her and stole her iPhone. She was not injured. We're working on a number of other stories for you on WKYT beginning at 4:30, and here's some of the news in progress right now. People are making their way home for the holidays today on one of the busiest travel days of the year. But rough weather, as Jim has been talking about, is threatening travel plans throughout the country. The National Weather Service predicts Christmas Eve precipitation from Missouri to Michigan, with rain turning into snow in some areas. And to the south, severe storms are being blamed on at least 4 deaths. There are already several flight delays and cancellations at Bluegrass Airport. We reported at the top of the newscast that Bluegrass Airport does not have power, and they have a dark situation there. We're trying to get more details on that and how it affects the flights coming out of Bluegrass this afternoon. But we'll have an update on that coming up on WKYT News a little bit later. Also, Sony Pictures has had a change of heart, and now The Interview, starring James Franco and Seth Rogen, will be shown in more than 200 theaters starting tomorrow. The comedy about a plot to kill North Korea's leader led to a huge hacking scandal in the U.S. One Central Kentucky movie theater has already announced plans to show the movie, The Theaters of Georgetown. You'll hear from them on WKYT News at 4:30. Santa Claus has already started his annual journey around the world, delivering toys to all the good girls and boys. And we can help you track his trip online to find out when he'll be stopping by your community. Volunteers with the North American Aerospace Defense Command, known as NORAD, are monitoring Santa's trip. They're also answering phone calls and emails today. We have a link to NORAD's Santa Tracker on WKYT.com. And coming up on WKYT News at 4:30, meteorologist Micah Harris interviews the folks at NORAD. At last check, Santa's headed right now for the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Now to some stories making headlines around the nation at 4 o'clock. Controversy again in Missouri. A black teenager shot and killed by a white police officer in Berkeley, Missouri, a town just 2 miles from Ferguson. As Ryan Nobles explains, the dynamics in this case are much different.
In a region of the country still on edge, protests erupt once again. This after Antonio Martin, an 18-year-old black teenager, is shot and killed by a white police officer in Berkeley, Missouri, just 2 miles from Ferguson. Surveillance video captured the event in the gas station parking lot. Berkeley's mayor says it shows the young man pointing a gun at the officer before the officer stumbles and then fires at him.
We had a policeman responding to a call, protecting the residents of the city of Berkeley.
According to police, the officer was responding to a report of theft. The mayor said that despite being nearby and another officer-involved shooting of a black teen, Berkeley is not Ferguson.
The mayor is black, city manager is black, the finance director is black, the police chief is black, and that's why I believe that we're different from the city of Ferguson.
But in the moments after the shooting, clashes between protesters and police. And the victim's mother demands answers.
They won't tell me nothing. His girlfriend told me that the police was messing with him.
The police chief believes his officer only had one option.
Bad choices were made. It didn't have to end with him approaching the officer with an arm extended and a 9mm pistol in his hand.
The case is not closed, and the mayor is promising a full investigation. In Washington, I'm Ryan Nobles reporting.
And the makeup of the Berkeley police force is much different than Ferguson. The mayor said that 85% of the force is African American. Former President George H.W. Bush recovering in a Texas hospital right now. A spokesperson for Mr. Bush says he was experiencing some shortness of breath and was taken by ambulance to Houston Methodist Hospital as a precaution. He celebrated his 90th birthday this summer by making his 8th parachute jump near his home in Maine. He was put in the hospital back in November of 2012 with bronchitis. He recovered after about 2 months. Millions of shoppers are snapping up those last-minute gifts across the nation on this Christmas Eve. We'll take a look coming up on WKYT's Money Watch. Postal workers keeping busy this holiday season. The U.S. Postal Service delivered 28 million packages on Monday. That's the most ever in a single day in its 237-year history. It comes as more people shop online and need their holiday gifts delivered. Nearly 6.5 million Americans have signed up so far for health care insurance next year on the federal healthcare.gov exchange. 2 million of them are new customers. That's according to the Department of Health and Human Services. You still have until February to enroll or change plans. As the final hours tick down to December 25th, armies of last-minute shoppers are invading the malls in search of those last-minute gifts and deals. Marley Hall reports.
Retailers are cashing in, but time is running out for shoppers looking for those last-minute Christmas gifts.
You know, every year I say I'm not going to do it, and every year we're back here on Christmas Eve.
Why did you wait so long?
Because I hate shopping.
Industry estimates say at least 15% of shoppers wait until the very last minute to come up with that all-important something to put under the tree. And 58% of shoppers are using their smartphones and tablets to help narrow down their search. The official numbers on the holiday spending season won't come in until January, but the National Retail Federation is projecting a 4% rise in sales, adding up to more than $600 billion. Greater job security and lower gas prices are reportedly fueling the increase in spending. Bill Mock is taking full advantage.
It was a good year for me this year, so I'm buying a lot more.
Nearly half of consumers are willing to spend $250 or more this year.
So I'll be here all day.
And so will the deep discounts aimed at last-minute holiday shoppers, proving some Christmas traditions are here to stay. Marley Hall, CBS News, New York.
Some analysts report relatively flat salary numbers among workers nationwide over recent years are keeping holiday sales from climbing even higher. Well, this is a legend. It really is in the community. It's become a family tradition for many people, spending Christmas Eve driving and looking at beautiful Christmas lights.
Always did it as a kid. Always enjoyed that. Now, our Deanne Stevens is out and about today at a place where we're sure many of you have stopped over the years. Good afternoon, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. From Shinaway Drive, where the beautiful Turner family home is lit up all again just for you to enjoy. 30 years now they've been doing this, which means a whole lot of people for many years have enjoyed this, like the Sloan family. You guys, you said this is a tradition for you all.
It is. Every year we've driven by the Christmas lights and enjoyed it as a family.
And I understand, Shannon, you've been coming ever since you were their age.
Yes, a good friend of ours would load all his kids up in her Suburban and bring us to see Christmas lights. And coming by here is always the grand finale.
And you guys now do this with your own kids. We have Anna and George, Mark and Shannon, the Sloan family. What do you think about the lights, George?
Good.
They're good. They're beautiful, aren't they? Uh-huh. And did you have a chance to tell Santa what you want yet? No, not yet. Well, we're going to talk to Santa because he's going to be very busy tonight. Talk a bit about the family tradition, not just for you guys, but thousands and thousands of people who drive by here every year.
Yes, everyone always enjoys seeing all the Christmas lights in Lexington, and this is always a big highlight.
And Dr. Sloan, for you, you said even as a kid, and now you carry this on for your children, and a beautiful night to do it on Christmas Eve.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas to you guys. Can you all say Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas from the Sloan family, from the Turner family as well. Now, coming up at 4:50, we're going to talk to Mr. Turner, who has a very special message for all of you all. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Very Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you, Deanne. The Turners are a wonderful family, and you know it's free. Just drive by, slow down. Lots of people there. It's a beautiful scene.
That was a beautiful scene, and with the weather being ugly right now and everything but Christmas-like, it'll maybe put you in the spirit a little bit.
Let's hope they have things tied down though tonight.
They'll need it, yeah.
All right, thanks, Jim. Coming up, the latest channel to jump on the streaming video service bandwagon. We'll give you the details in Better Living. And the state that now has more people than New York. We'll tell you about the nation's third most populous state coming up on WKYT News here at 4 o'clock. Now it's time for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. A new virus likely carried by ticks and other insects has been discovered. Kansas health officials say there's been only one victim who died this summer. The CDC confirming the virus now called the Bourbon virus because the victim lived in Bourbon County, Kansas. Health officials say it's still not clear how much the virus contributed to that patient's death. Regular use of touchscreens on smartphones changes the way your fingers and brain work together. Researchers say people who use touchscreen phones showed greater brain activity when their fingers and thumbs touched than those who used older style cell phones. The findings suggest repetitive movements over the smooth touchscreen surface reshapes sensory processing from the hand. The study shows how daily activities can affect the brain. If you're flying JetBlue this holiday, get ready for some higher learning. The airline is partnering with Consortier, an online course provider, to give passengers access to 10 e-learning videos. The courses are from Wharton Business School, University of Edinburgh, and Boston's Berklee School of Music. Consortier says, sit back, grab a snack, and get ready to learn. And if you're thinking of packing up and moving to Florida for all that sunshine or for a break on personal state income tax, you're not alone. The state adds, on an average day, 803 new people every day. Florida has now passed New York to become the nation's third most populous state, with 20 million people living there. California and Texas remain number 1 and number 2, respectively. That's all according to the Census Bureau estimates. AMC is taking a cue from Netflix and Spotify with a monthly movie subscription. The theater chain teaming up with MoviePass to try out a new program for a flat fee of about $45. Movie lovers can take in one flick every day. The program is set to kick off next year.